Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. We gotta do a reaction. We got Tom Nash, my crotch gash. He's talking about Tesla stock, and whenever a big influencer talks about Tesla, I have to react. So this video, which came out, 1 or 2 days ago, is titled, Enough with the Excuses. Tesla sucks. Yes, I agree. So let's go ahead and see what Tom Nash has to say, because we know he's been really bullish on Tesla for a long time. And I have not been bullish on Tesla, even though the stock went up, bro. But let's see what Mr. Bull here has to say, and I'm going to give you my feedback on whether he is talking sense or not.
Okay, enough with excuses. Tesla sucks. Simple. At least.
Thank you, Tom Nash. I'm glad you finally acknowledged that.
That's what people who don't understand the stock and the company think. Now, what happened? Why did Tesla...
You don't understand Tesla, bro. You don't understand growth, bro. Literally every Tesla investor says you don't understand Tesla. What do I not understand? Okay, they make cars. They have energy that is a small part of their total revenue. And they have Floptimus Slime, which is just basically a gimmick by Clown Elon Muskrat to pump the stock. But it's pretty simple to understand. They make freaking electric cars. Oh, and by the way, I can look at their financial statements and their valuation metrics. What more do I need to understand? Well, let's keep watching.
Dropped 5% and is currently below $200 a share. Well, a few things got combined to the perfect storm. Number one, we had Panasonic talk about reduced delay for Model X and Model S. Now, for those of you who freaked out because of it, I just want to let you know that in the past quarter, Tesla sold 16,000 Model S and X combined, while Model Y and 3 sold about 420,000. So Tesla doesn't really sell X and S. So that's really a nothing burger. Now, on the flip side of it, we had...
I didn't even know that was news. That's not why I'm bearish on Tesla.
Some non-Tesla related news that seemed to have tanked Tesla stock again. So again, something that's completely misunderstood. Elon Musk bought Twitter, currently X, for $45 billion, or 44 and change. Now, they just did a stock-based compensation company valuation. That's something you do in order to kind of evaluate what's the worth of the stock-based comp you're giving out. And they basically value the company about $20 billion. Now, there's a lot of reasons why they've done it, but mainly it's macro, mainly it's the market has changed, the multiple has changed, et cetera. Now, the thing is that Elon actually funded this with loans, and a lot of these loans are collateralized by Tesla shares. So the fear is that if Elon, can't make the loans, the Tesla shares will have to be sold in order to pay for these loans. It's going to tank the share price. Only thing is, this has nothing to do with the cash flow, the ability of Elon to pay out his loans.
Okay, look, why Clown Elon Muskrat bought Twitter? I don't understand why he bought Twitter. Honestly, I literally think one day he was just like, I'm going to do something stupid here. I'm just going to buy Twitter. And then he just went ahead and did it. Probably didn't really think through what he was doing. But he went ahead and bought Twitter, which is basically unprofitable trash. And since he's bought Twitter, the value of the company has absolutely plummeted, okay? And yes, if those loans are collateralized by Tesla stock, Elon Musk may have to sell shares at some point in the future. He did it before, and that crashed the stock price, okay? Elon Musk is supposed to be saving the world by helping us transition to clean energy. But he's also buying Twitter and focusing all his attention on Twitter. I don't understand why he's doing it. If he really cared about Tesla, why would he buy Twitter and spend all his days freaking retweeting a bunch of garbage nonsense that he sees on there, basically sprouting pro-Russian propaganda? He's a freaking clown. And the fact that people can't see that he's a massive fraud and a con artist blows my freaking mind. Even to this day, everybody gets hoodwinked. The Cybertruck going to Optimus Prime. It's a game to keep the stock price up. He can pump the shares, sell them, and then spend them on whatever stupid project he wants to spend on, like buying Twitter for $44 billion. What a moron.
It's an internal valuation process for stock-based compensation. It has nothing to do with the viability of Elon Musk to pay out these loans. So again, a nothing burger that freaks people out for no reason. Now, another non-Tesla related story that kind of tanked.
And like, if you think about it, like, okay, let's say he has to sell Tesla shares. In the long run, if the company is going to, go where people say it's going to go, the fact that he's selling shares in the short term, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I mean, it would drive the stock price down if there's a lot of selling pressure. But if Tesla was a good long-term investment, people wouldn't care. But that's the thing. Most Tesla investors are not long-term investors. They want to buy the stock and they want to see it vertical line. That's what they've been conditioned to do. If Tesla stock goes down, every single freaking time, it always comes back up. Until it doesn't. Because at some point, this company, people will finally realize that it's a massive scam. At this point, I'm astounded that nobody has, or most people haven't figured that out yet. But at some point, when the stock drops, it will drop and it will stay down. And it won't just go up in a vertical freaking line like it did in the last, 9 months? It's absolutely outrageous. But if you're worried about share price fluctuations, you're a clown investor, okay? You should, if you really believe in Tesla, buy the stock in your brokerage account and just leave it there. You shouldn't even be thinking about it. But that's not what Tesla investors do. If my stock doesn't go up 20% per year, then it's bad. It's a bunch of garbage.
And the stock, again, I don't understand why. The UAW won. Surprise, surprise. They took GM and Stellantis and Ford to the woodshed, and they won. They got about a 25 to 30% raise. And now, everybody's convinced that Tesla is next. Tesla employees will now be paid more because of what happened with UAW and the big three. Only thing is, that's not necessarily the case for a lot of reasons. The main reason is, look, Tesla has currently the lowest spend per employee in the industry. Lower than Stellantis, lower than Ford, lower than GM. Now, the quality of employees that Tesla has is by far better than all the big three. Apologies for you guys, but, we know that HR quality in Tesla is superior. So,
okay, that right there is just pure subjectivity. Oh, they just have better employees. I mean, this company is just the best because it is, because I just know the employees are better. That's a purely subjective statement. That is not a bull case for Tesla.
The expectation is that if everybody else has got a 30% raise, a 30% bump, the Tesla employees will unionize and will ask the UAW to come in through the front door and get the same deal in Tesla. But that's not necessarily what's going to happen. You see,
I mean, if somebody that does the same job as you makes 30% more, if I knew an accountant next door to where I worked did the same job as me and got 30% more, maybe I would be tempted too to maybe go over there or unionize and get that to happen for me as well. That's a legitimate fear. Just because you're working for Tesla, it's not just about saving the world. Most people just want to pay their freaking bills, and they don't care that they're saving the world. They want the freaking check. And if they can make more money, they're probably going to go elsewhere or try to have the same thing happen to Tesla. And the funny thing is, Tesla's margins now, they're still a little bit better than like Ford and GM, but they're not astoundingly better. So even without these, unionized employees, their margins are absolutely collapsing. Okay? What would happen to Tesla if they had unions? I hope they. Oh, please. I will be the organizer of a Tesla union. Please, I will quit my job and just go and be a union man at Tesla just so I can see this company finally implode. But, if it becomes unprofitable, the stock will just go up in a vertical line because it's Tesla, bro.
The UAW tried to unionize Tesla employees before and failed multiple times. And the reason is because Tesla employees, number one, have a different DNA. They're kind of the people who...
They have a different DNA. Okay, yeah.
Who are in the trenches together trying to get the company to succeed. They're not there to do, punch the clock, come in at 9, leave at 5, don't care. They're all invested in the company.
You see, it's like people have this like mystical aura around Tesla. No, most employees are there for the paycheck. That's why most people work. Okay, it's not a bunch of liberal douchebags trying to save the world. Maybe in the upper echelons of the company, but the average line worker, I don't think cares about saving the world. I think they just want to be able to feed their family, be able to afford health insurance.
Mentally, physically, emotionally, and also financially, because most of them have stock-based compensation that is completely correlated with the success of the company. Now, that stock-based compensation is where I think the big difference is. Not to mention that the conditions, the working conditions, the whole experience of being a Tesla employee is 100x better than any of the big three.
Okay, so they have different DNA. The experience is 100x. Like, this is what the Tesla bull case has devolved to. Okay, before it was revenue growth. Then it was margins. Then it was this Optimus slime, whatever. I'm sick, excuse me. And now it's, they're just better, bro. Like, that's literally what he's saying.
But they're actually invested in the company. And because Tesla doesn't give out dividends or does any serious buybacks, the share price appreciates every year. And because
that's not why the share price appreciates every year. Just because they don't do buybacks and not pay dividends doesn't mean the share price is going to appreciate every year. As a matter of fact, I predict in the next couple of years, the price is going to plummet. Can't predict exactly when. I could be wrong, but holy freaking crap. That is not the reason that the price keeps appreciating. And what do you think those employees are going to do if Tesla stock crashes into the gutter? Well, they're getting nothing then. They're not unionized. The stock is in the gutter. What do they have then? Nothing.
The stock-based compensation actually goes up every year. So a lot of these employees are not looking for a measly 25% raise when they're actually becoming millionaires through stock-based compensation, which I think Tesla have made more employees millionaires than any other company in the history. So happy employees, well compensated, and with equity in the company are not going to give a chunk of the salary to the UAW to try to get 25% more so that the company can underperform and they're going to lose that back on the stock-based compensation. So again...
Until the stock price goes down and then things might change.
I don't think it's happening. Now, there's a lot of talk about bad macro. Sure, bad macro is definitely an option. But you have to understand that for an industry leader like Tesla, bad macro means that all the people who are barely holding on are going to drown, and they're going to be the last ones standing. So bad times benefit in the...
It's not the case. Every other car company is still profitable. Yeah, Tesla's still slightly more profitable, but it literally has the margins of a car company. Okay, I'm pretty sure Toyota and Stellantis recently posted higher profit margins than Tesla. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they posted higher profit margins than Tesla. For an innovative, disruptive company with 5% year-over-year automotive revenue growth and collapsing margins, I don't see the bull case. I don't understand. And what if they have negative revenue growth next quarter? Oh, well, the employees are better. Oh, wow, I'm really convinced.
Industry leaders, they kill the Fords and GMs, unfortunately. You have Model Y, currently the best-selling vehicle model in the world. They already are leading in costs. They're leading in battery, software, energy. We're talking about infrastructure. We're talking about FSD. God, Cybertruck is actually coming out at the end of this year, and that's going.
The Cybertruck is going to be ass. Okay, like I've already seen articles and rumors that thing is going to be way more expensive than they initially projected it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be as big as a hit as people think. That's just my personal opinion. But you know what? Maybe every single person in the world is going to be driving a Cybertruck. I'm sure, because, the last thing a redneck wants to do is not buy a F-150. No, they want to go out in the country and go mudding in their freaking Cybertruck. Oh, my battery went out. I guess I'll go plug it into. Oh, wait. Oh, no. There's no battery chargers in the country, boy.
Going to open up the floodgates. That's the best category in the US to be in for vehicles, and there's no demand problem there. Massive pre-orders for that, and that's going to.
Yeah, Matt. What isn't the pre-order like $100? I could do a pre-order for a Cybertruck. I think it's like $100 if I'm not mistaken, and it's refundable. I mean, just because putting $100 refundable deposit down is a fake pre-order, because you just get your money back and it's $100.
So even in bad times, pickup trucks sell in the US always. We're talking about the Highland coming out soon on a massive release at the end of the year. Again, more margins because this vehicle, even though it's more expensive, it's actually cheaper for Tesla to make. So margin expansion and potentially flexibility with.
Margins are not expanding, they're contracting.
Price drops to deal with that macro. And of course, I also think macro severity is overplayed by Elon for 2024. I think he's kind of taking a precautionary measure here. Tesla still has a mountain of cash. It's still the best in the industry with COGS, cost of goods, and salaries.
That is not true the slightest. They are not the best with cost of goods sold. There are plenty of car companies that have higher gross margins than Tesla. And remember, Tesla has some government subsidies, or those the clean energy credits or whatever they could sell. Their margins are not impressive. They were before. They are definitely not impressive now.
Look, in my opinion, it's the best time to get in a Tesla at 200. Why? And again, just
at $200, which is what is the market cap? $600-700 billion, which is 3 times larger than Toyota. Now it's the best time.
Opinion, not financial advice. Don't research, decide for yourself. But in my opinion, which might be wrong, might be the remnants of a madman. In my opinion, this 200 is exactly what we had in January. In January 2023, Tesla stock was $120. Everybody was saying, rest in peace, Tesla. We'll see you at 70. We'll see you at 60. Stock jumped to 280. All these same clowns that said, oh no, I'm not going to buy this at 120, bought it at 280. Now it's dropping again back to 200. Same debate stock.
Oh, so basically what he's saying is the stock dropped and then it went back up. So now it's dropped again. So what do you think it's going to do? It's going to go back up. And it might, because you know why? It's Tesla, bro. But that doesn't, just because something happened in the past does not mean it's going to happen in the future. There is a very good chance that at some point, and this is a very likely possibility, the stock will drop and then it won't vertical line. Okay, I know you clowns have been conditioned to do that. Just buy the dip. But even companies like Tesla can lose their luster. And I think it's going to happen at some point. I will patiently wait. And when I become victorious, it's going to be a glorious day. But no, just keep buying the dip. Keep selling your houses, bro. Buy Tesla stock. It just goes up all the time.
People who have macadamia nuts that are shaking, they're not doing the right thing. They're basically saying, oh, Tesla's going to drop more. I'm going to wait for 150. I'm going to wait 120. Look, it's not going to happen. Deal with it. Tesla's going to be very successful over the course of the next 10 years. If you got the patience and you have the long-term investing mentality, you're going to be just fine. I'll see you.
I mean, even if the company is successful, it doesn't mean the stock price is going to do what you think it's going to do, okay? So if you want to buy this company with massively collapsing margins, massively collapsing revenue, and basically it's just held up by hot air. Optimus Slime and a Cybertruck FSD any day now, bro. If you want to buy the stock, you want to listen to Tom Nash, be my guest. Or if you want to buy a total market index fund and a tax advantage account, maybe you should consider that. Anyway, that's my review of this video. Y'all have a wonderful day. Cheers!